All right, and we are live. What is going on, my specialist SPC here? And I guess since this is technically my first video slash stream of the year, Happy New Year, everybody. I hope your year's going good so far. So, again, not very uncommon with my channel. Obviously, I've been a little MIA again for a while. Once again, got pretty burnt out after doing all my Halloween stuff, and also I did a couple of podcasts here a while back. I talked about some Star Wars stuff, but just wanted to take a break. Just haven't really been in the mood to do YouTube, but I got some stuff coming up here that I want to talk about. Obviously, this is an update for the channel of what I'm going to do. As you guys also have read, I've got some stuff to show you here. Doing a haul video slash channel update slash an unboxing here, which I'll be showing you guys in a little bit. But I just kind of wanted to talk about the my channel update first before I did anything, just because just kind of want to, talk about what I got coming up here on the channel in this upcoming year so far, what I have planned. So, to kick things off, the first thing I wanted to talk about, sorry, 1 second here, is as of now, I have 2 review series planned for the next few months. So, the very first one I'm going to do is actually going to be starting here on the last week of this month. I was about to say this year, wow. I'm going to be starting my Scream review series, so make sure you guys stay tuned for those. I'll be reviewing the 5 Scream movies that have come out, and I'm also throwing in the Scream television series as well. I literally just got done watching that the other day. I've been binging that, trying to get ready for the new Scream movie coming out here in just a few weeks. Won't give my thoughts now, but obviously, I will get to that when the time comes. But I've obviously, like I said, I got that coming out. The month after, in April, I will be doing another review series because I have another franchise coming out that I'm excited to actually go and see for the first time in theaters, and that's going to be Evil Dead. We have the Evil Dead Rise coming out in, I believe it's late April. So I'm going to be reviewing the Sam Raimi trilogy, of course, Evil Dead 1981, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. I will be doing Evil Dead 2013, what I'm calling a reboot. And also will be doing Ash versus Evil Dead as well. So you guys can stay tuned for that review series, which I will be collaborating with that review series. I will be having my good buddy AJ from the AJ Reacts 2 channel. And we'll also be having Kyle Flett from the Return of the Living Flett channel. I've been on a couple of his podcasts here over the last few months. Hoping to get him on, do some podcasts with him as well. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that review series coming up in April. Also, too, guys, I announced it last year. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten very far on it. It's been just very, very difficult to find guests, but I'm still hoping to do my A Star Wars Story podcast. Of course, if you guys don't know what that is, bring people on, talk about, just their love for Star Wars and everything like that. So hoping to get that going this year. Don't know if I can't get anything rolling with this. I might just get rid of it. I haven't quite decided yet. So obviously, of course, too, we've got the horror podcast with me and Ethan. We will hopefully be getting some of those going here soon. We will be doing a Last of Us podcast here once the show is ending, because Ethan's very familiar with The Last of Us. I'm freshly new. I've only played maybe half of the first game. So I've been watching the show with him because, I'm not familiar with The Last of Us. I don't really know like all the lore and stuff. So he's been kind of filling me in on the only 2 episodes we've watched. We're quite a few episodes behind, but as we always say, we're all busy. We all have personal lives. So hopefully going to be getting some guests on for that podcast as well. That should be a good one. Obviously, of course, Midwest Cantina, we're going to continue that. Looking for guests for that. Hoping to get maybe some more, like, actors, actresses, however you want to word it, that I've had. Because I've had Nicole Tompkins from Resident Evil 3. Of course, she's the motion capture and voice of Jill. I have also had Sarah Coates, who is the voice actress and motion capture for Marguerite Baker from Resident Evil 7. Hoping to get some more of them kind of guests coming on here. We'll see. It's been difficult getting other kind of guests like that on here, but and also too, it's been 2 years now since I have actually been able to do this podcast. And right now, I've only got one of my co-hosts back right now. I'm still working on trying to get a hold of the other one, but in a number of weeks, the Talkalorian Live will be back. I haven't done the Talkalorian since January of 2021, I believe it was the last time we were all able to get together and talk about The Mandalorian. So you guys can stay tuned for that coming back as well. I haven't quite decided because I know I've talked about it before here on the channel. For you guys who have been here since the beginning, you guys know I used to do a lot of gameplays. I used to do a lot of, gaming live streams and stuff. I might, to a degree, bring it back because, we've got Jedi Survivor coming out now in late August, or not August, last April. Later April. Wow, words are very difficult today if you can't tell. So I might stream that because I did stream Fallen Order. And of course, you guys obviously know, if you can't tell from all the stuff I'm going to show you in the background, of course, I'm a Star Wars guy. I love it to death. So I'm leaning on doing that. Even too, in the midst of my Evil Dead review series, I just got the Evil Dead game because it was one of the free games for the month. Gonna try and maybe play that a little bit here and there throughout, but other than that, probably not going to be much more gaming on the channel. I haven't really been much into gaming over the last number of years. It's kind of slowly faded. I haven't really done a lot of online playing. I've been more campaign based, but we'll see. I might dabble here and there to bring back some gaming to the channel. But really, as of now, those are the only couple of things I really have to just announce. Again, the Evil Dead review series coming in April, Scream review series coming in March, attempting to do my Star Wars podcast and stuff. Maybe some gaming here and there. I'm not really sure yet, but we'll see. So that's kind of all I really had for my update. If I can kind of think of some more things, maybe I'll talk about it later. Things are just kind of just coming out right now. But again, I do have some stuff to show you guys that I have kind of been collecting over the last few months. And I figured, we'll start with what some of you guys are obviously maybe a little more familiar with if you've been on the channel for a while. Do my Funkos first. Obviously, if you guys can't tell, I have a lot of Funkos. I have some on the floor. So I guess to kind of kick things off, we'll start off with the one that I was pretty excited to actually see last year. It was one of the tied for the most disappointing movie for me last year next to Halloween Ends. But this guy is one of my top 10 favorite movie characters of all time. My favorite character in this specific franchise. But we've got Alan Grant from Jurassic World Dominion. I will say that he was one of the better parts of the movie for me. wasn't the greatest with the way they handled the legacy characters. But, what can you really do with that? What's going on, Sub Monkey? Good to see you here. Glad you're always here in all these streams, man. It's really appreciate you being here. So, guys, the next pop, ironically enough, I just talked about the review series I'm going to be doing. This is the 40th anniversary of the original Evil Dead. We have got Ash. And I can't quite tell. I'm assuming this is from the first Evil Dead. But if that's the case, then this is Ashley Williams. This isn't quite the Ash that I know and love. But again, when you get to the review series, you guys will hear what my favorite version of Ash is. And the final horror-related one that I've got for you now, I've only got the 2 horror, and of course, the rest is all Star Wars stuff. So, about a year and a half ago, I really just started getting into these movies. I have now watched them all. I thought about doing a ranking and stuff on these, but I probably won't anytime soon. But one of my more least favorite of the Universal monsters, but we've got the Walgreens exclusive Bela Lugosi's Dracula. I'm a little mixed on the Dracula movie. I didn't think it was terrible. It is in the top 10 if you guys are curious. You guys can always follow me on my Letterboxd. I have rankings on there. I have a whole bunch of other stuff I've been doing to review movies and stuff. So, Bela Lugosi's Dracula. So now, you guys, we are in the Star Wars section of this video. So, I guess to start off with the Star Wars ones, this was one of my most anticipated shows of last year. I will say I really enjoyed the show. I know for some people, they've had their sense or their amount of problems with the film, with the show. I'm not all here, you guys. I'm only running on a couple hours of sleep, but he was still the best part of the show. So we have got from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, of course, the lead, the great Obi-Wan Kenobi, of course, played by the awesome Ewan McGregor, my personal favorite version of Obi-Wan, one of my favorite actors of all time. I do think as Obi-Wan Kenobi, he did deliver another great, solid performance. I really do think that, to me, the show is underrated. Yes, it has some problems, but for me, I really enjoyed the show. I had little problems with it. And of course, you can't talk about the Kenobi show without, of course, talking about the second best character in the show. Of course, obviously, the legendary Darth Vader, played by the awesome Hayden Christensen. He was easily the second best part of the Kenobi show. I love what Disney has done with Darth Vader. I mean, I think with Vader, they have done the best with him so far. Again, loved him in the Kenobi show. Loved what they did with him in Rogue One, having him be more of a secondary character, not taking a lot of the focus away from the plot of the film. And his little bit he has in Fallen Order, of course, was very well done as well. So, guys, these next 2 pops are concept series. If you guys don't know what those are, normally, depending on the film, you do concept art of what you think the characters are going to look like and stuff. And these 2 are very interesting because they are very much the opposite of how they are actually portrayed. Obi-Wan is cool. Yes, 100% agree with you. I think Ewan did a great job with the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. Again, obviously couldn't agree with you more there, man. And I'm glad they brought back Hayden Christensen. I was so happy. He did phenomenal. I'm glad they were able to convince him to come back. I'm glad he decided to come back and play Darth Vader again, and Anakin Skywalker for that flashback scene. Guys, the first concept art we have got here is going to be the Stormtrooper. Now, originally, the Stormtroopers were actually supposed to have lightsabers. I don't quite know how I feel about that, because I do think that, there is actually a comic that came out here in the last number of years where a Stormtrooper actually does have a lightsaber and actually wants to, I think, duel Darth Vader. Haven't seen it yet or read it yet, so hey, we got Coco Jobro here. Funko hype, baby. That is right, man. Got quite a few more to show, so I'm pretty excited about the last of these because they're pretty cool. And that Stormtrooper got a big old chin. Yeah, he does. He looks kind of like Jay Leno a little bit, if I'm being honest here. So yeah, concept series Stormtrooper. And the next one I'm actually very more interested in showing is the concept series version of Han Solo. Han Solo was actually supposed to be a Jedi in the original Star Wars film. I will say I think I like this look a lot better for Han Solo, as far as him having a lightsaber, a little mixed on that as well. Because, of course, I can't see anybody else being the Jedi except for Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan. Is that Jay Leno under the helmet? I mean, maybe he needed a paycheck. I don't know, man. So, you guys, these next 4, these are going to be from the early comics of the Star Wars that came out back in the late 70s. And to kind of, I guess, keep with a little bit of what we just showed here, these are all Target exclusives, just so you guys know. So, we've got the comic book version of the Stormtroopers. I will be completely... Oh, they actually even have the actual comic that they were shown on. So we've got The Empire Strikes. Yes, the 35 cents for a comic. Obviously, now comics are a lot more expensive than that nowadays. So yeah, we got the Stormtrooper comic version. Next up, you guys know him. You love him. Easily one of the best characters in Star Wars. The best droid in Star Wars. The legendary R2-D2. And this is the comic that I guess they decided to show for him. Don't quite know what all that is, but it just says, this issue, The Fate of Luke Skywalker. And it looks like he's just facing some kind of a serpent monster or some sort. So, R2-D2. I kind of had an original plan of how to show these because I kind of wanted to keep everything together, but, what can you do? I like that version of Han. Yeah, I do, man. I would have loved to have seen maybe, like, if they wanted to do some kind of, like, I guess I don't know if you guys have seen it, but they have, like, the What If version of Marvel. I haven't watched any of it yet, but for me, I kind of wouldn't mind seeing that, like a Star Wars version, kind of seeing maybe how the original version of these characters were supposed to be. Because weirdly enough, Yoda was actually supposed to be a monkey. Don't know how I feel about that. I can't see Yoda as anything else than what I've seen him as. So I rather prefer Luke Skywalker as a Jedi than Han Solo. I could agree with you. The Fate, a.k.a. he got slurped and gulp. So guys, the next 2 comics, I mean, the last pops, they're all kind of very similar here to a degree, but we have got comic book version of Darth Vader. This is probably, honestly, one of my favorites that I've gotten out of these last couple of pops. I actually think this might end up being my favorite Vader. until I show you the last three, because I'll just quickly spoil it. The last three are all Darth Vader. And of course, the other comic, they decided to go with him, making Vader look just super menacing. And actually, ironically enough, I didn't read that. Apparently, these were Marvel comics back in the day. Kind of weird because Marvel does own the right to the comic books of Star Wars right now as well. And then, of course, you guys, we have got old Ben Kenobi with a red lightsaber, which I will admit, I like the look of Ben. Again, don't know how I feel about him having a red lightsaber, since the Sith are the ones who have the red lightsabers. And then his comic, Ben Kenobi Fights Alone, as you see him with what the original look of R2D or not R2, wow, C3PO was supposed to look like. So I like these, man. They're so cool. All right, you guys, I got 4 more to show you. And then we'll get on to the novels back here. And then, of course, we got this Mandalorian box to do as well. And all of these are art series. So the first one we're going to show you, I just showed them to you here a second ago. Showed them a little bit earlier. But we have got Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, this one, I don't know what these are supposed to be like or represent, but of course you guys can see he's covered in the Jedi Order symbol. But these art series, they're actually already in cases. They're wrapped up. I'm probably never going to unwrap them, never going to take them out of them. Because, of course, as you guys can see, I never take my Funkos out of boxes because to me they just... It's like the people who buy action figures and stuff. They keep their mint condition or whatever. I'm just somebody, I just don't want to take my Funkos out of the boxes because they're just a pain to move anyway. When we moved into the house here, I had a whole bunch of them I had to move. So, yeah, Target exclusive, forgot to say that, art series Obi-Wan Kenobi. And the last 3 here, you guys, I bought these for Black Friday. They're all Darth Vader. And I love the look of all these. I couldn't even tell you which one's my favorite out of them all. But first one is another Target exclusive. And that is actually the opposite of Obi-Wan Kenobi. We've got Darth Vader covered in the Imperial logo all over. I don't know why, just the green and the gray and the red work really well, especially with his black eyes. And of course, he doesn't have a saber on him. He's just got him doing the Force choke. Love this one. This one's cool. The next Vader pop is from my favorite Star Wars movie out of them all, The Empire Strikes Back. We have got Darth Vader Bespin edition. Now, if you guys don't know what that is from the Carbonite freezing chamber where Luke and Vader start their duel off in Empire Strikes Back. Walmart exclusive, and this one actually does have his lightsaber. I know it's a little hard to show because kind of got my computer screen right here. One sec here, maybe this will work. There we go. We'll try that for a little bit. So, another awesome Darth Vader pop. And actually, we're going to go back. And for the final pop of this, we have got Darth Vader Endor edition, which kind of ironic I bought this one because this year in May is going to be the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. We'll be doing something special, hopefully, for Return of the Jedi this year, but we will see. As you see, he looks very much like the forest. He's got the tree and a bunch of leaves and stuff on him. This one was nice too, but if I had to rank these, this would probably be last place. Probably backwards of how I showed them to you. I think the Bespin one's probably my favorite out of them all. So, got nice Endor, Darth Vader. It's like skins for Vader. Yeah, it's almost like some paid DLC or something for a game. All right, you guys. So I'm going to show you guys these novels that I've just picked up here. Well, except for one of them, but I got a lot of these on sale. So recently, I've been really interested in reading the Thrawn books because I don't know a lot about Thrawn. He's a character I'd like to get a little more invested in. I'm still in the midst of watching Rebels. I haven't gotten to the season where he is the villain. So I don't know a lot. But I did, however, I was able to pick up what are now Legends material. If you guys didn't know, before Disney bought Star Wars, everything here was the canon. But now everything is either called the Extended Universe or Legends material. So I was able to pick up the original Thrawn trilogy. We've got Heir to the Empire, which everybody says is one of, if honestly not the best of the Star Wars novels in general, and of course the best of Legends. If you guys can see, I did try to read a little bit of it. I just kind of fell off because I don't read books as much. I bought Dr. Sleep like 2 years ago, and I still have like 100 pages left of the book because I get into like phases where I want to read, and then I just kind of fall off from reading. So we've got Dark Force Rising. I really don't know a lot about this one. And then, of course, we have got The Last Command, which is the third and final in the Thrawn trilogy. I also know, too, I think there's another like small trilogy of Thrawn books. I don't know anything about those ones, so if you guys know what they are, let me know here in the chat. And then, of course, too, we've got the three of the newest, well, I guess second newest Thrawn trilogies. We've got just Thrawn here, Thrawn Alliance, where he actually teams up with Darth Vader, and there's even a section in here, too, where he meets up and teams up with Anakin Skywalker. Obviously, you guys know who Anakin Skywalker is. And then we've got Thrawn Treason, and you guys see him with the Emperor. I've had the first of the Thrawn books. I've had this one for, probably the better part of like 4 or 5 years. Haven't cracked it open yet, obviously, because, again, just not so big into reading. And then we've got the latest Thrawn trilogy that came out here quite a while ago, I should say. The Thrawn Ascendancy. As you guys see, we've got Book 1, Chaos Rising. Book 2, Greater Good. I'd say out of the covers, this is probably my favorite one. And we got Book 3, Lesser Evil. I am excited to eventually get into all these Thrawn books. I figured I would, of course, obviously start off with the original trilogy of Thrawn books because, I'd like to see how he was represented back then, see if he's going to be similar to the version that's coming up here in Rebels and in these books. So I guess we will see. And now finally, you guys are unboxing. We've got a Mandalorian exclusive box. It's been a while since I've done a box. You guys have been on my channel for a while. I used to do I can't think of what they're called now. Smuggler's Bounty. I used to do the Smuggler's Bounty boxes every couple of months or every other month. And then Amazon bought them out, and then it was like every 3 months, I want to say, and they got a lot less interesting for me. And, of course, last year I did an unboxing, and I think I still have them. It was like the KOTOR guys. I have Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, and I think her name is Bastila Shaw, I think is her name. And I got a pin and a patch and a lanyard. So I guess we're going to see what we got from this. It was GameStop exclusive. This one is too. So I guess we will pop this open. No pun intended there. Oh, guys, we've got a patch. We, of course, have the Mudhorn. Of course, the now infamous part of Mando's armor that kind of shows him with the one he faced off against in the second episode where Grogu saved him. We've got a Mudhorn pin. And I do not know what this thing is called at the top of my head, but we've got this, must be a sticker, tattoo. I don't really know what it is. If you guys can tell me what this is, let me know. We've got 2 exclusive pops for here, too. There's a chance you could get, there's like 4 different pops you can get in here. If I can get it out. So the first one we've got, GameStop exclusive Remnant Trooper. Now, of course, these were the stormtroopers you saw in the first episode of The Mandalorian. Of course, you know, they're on Navarro. They're all covered in dirt and grime and all that stuff. Of course, remnants of the Empire, because Mandalorian takes place 5 years after the events of Return of the Jedi, when the Empire starts to fall. And we have got a Death Watch Mandalorian. I love the look of these Mandalorians, man. I don't know if it's the helmet or if it's just the different armor that they all have. I can't ever tell. Like, I love Mando. I'll say it, man. Mando is in my top 10 favorite characters in Star Wars. Absolutely love him. Well, guys, that's kind of it for my haul already. Of course, I showed you guys all the pops. I showed you guys the books. We did the unboxing. There we go. Is that the creature that the stormtroopers were riding in A New Hope on Tatooine? I know your sticker. I think that's what it is. I can't remember what the creature is called at the top of my head, but I want to say that has to be what it is. I can't really remember, to be honest with you. So, you guys, yeah, that's kind of really all I had to show you guys today. I really didn't really know what I really wanted to exactly talk about today. I knew I wanted to do a channel update because, again, I do have all them projects coming up that I want to do. I don't know when I'm going to start doing the recordings and stuff for them, but I do have my dates set for when I want to drop all of them. So I'll probably be coming out with that too, just so you guys know, like, the schedule for when I'm going to be dropping the Scream reviews here in the next few weeks. And then, of course, in April when I do the Evil Dead review series. And again, you know, we got Talkalorian Live coming back. That'll be every Saturday, the day after the premiere episode of The Mandalorian in Season 3. As of now, I got my buddy Andy, for sure, is slotted in to come back to be one of the co-hosts. I'm still hoping Ren's going to come back. I'm working on trying to get a hold of him. If he's not available, might be looking for another co-host, because I like the back and forth we all had when we did the first Talkalorian Live, when the 3 of us, we were able to go around, kind of give our thoughts, disagree with stuff, tangent off into other things as well. So hoping to get back into that. That'll be coming here. I believe that's on the 4th. So I'm excited for that. Well, have you seen Jedi Survivor trailer? I've seen the trailer, yes. I haven't watched I think it's like the 20 minutes of gameplay, though. I haven't watched that yet. I haven't gotten around to it, unfortunately. But I am leaning right now. I don't know if you were here at the beginning, but I'm really debating if I want to actually stream Jedi Survivor. If If you guys are interested in me doing that, obviously, of course, let me know in the comments section. Always looking forward to you guys, giving me your input of what you guys want to see here on the channel. How do you feel about Ubisoft open world Star Wars game? Depends on what they let you actually do. If it's something you can actually custom make your own character, do your own things, go to whatever planets you want to do, I'm open to that, because I think that's just something that us Star Wars fans really need. Is just we can build our own world, we can do our own things in the world of Star Wars. And I guess I don't really know if they're still doing it anymore, but I was actually kind of looking forward to that Knights of the Old Republic remake. I don't know if that's still confirmed or if that's been completely shelved now. And I know same thing with that Eclipse. I know they showed us that trailer, and I want to say it was the end of 2021. I think they showed us that trailer. So yeah, I guess that's kind of my thoughts. As long as you can actually do what you want to do in the game, I'm looking forward to it. Also, for Ubisoft Star Wars games, there is great news, and I hope so. In this game, you can customize your own character, create your own story, and go to different planets. Anything you know. Okay. So basically everything I said. Cool. Then yeah, that's probably going to be my next anticipated Star Wars game. So yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much all I really wanted to talk about. I actually kind of thought this was going to be a lot longer of a stream. I mean, unless you guys got questions to ask me, I'll definitely stick around. I'd like to go for at least like an hour, kind of, just talk about whatever. If you guys got any ideas for me that you'd like, anything you guys want to see on the channel, maybe something you want me to continue to do or bring back that I used to do. Because, I mean, I will admit, 2022 for me, I think that's the year I definitely put out the least amount of content. But at the same time, I think it was probably the year I got the most subscribers, definitely. I'm really hoping I'd love to hit at least 200 subs here in the next couple of months would be cool. I don't know if it's going to happen. Even if it happens before the end of the year would be awesome. As I continue to keep saying, even though I have a lot of friends and other people who say the channel is pretty successful, I'm still hoping to at least get to 1,000 subscribers, because to me, I'll feel like my channel is very successful and I can kind of do some more, give you guys some more content that I'd like to put out. It's just with, being an adult, being like my real life and all that outside of doing YouTube, it's just been difficult, because when I come home, obviously still got to do adult stuff, laundry, dishes, all that fun jazz. I don't have the energy. Usually the weekends I'm usually busy or don't really want to do much. I'm hoping to really, I say it all every year, but I am really hoping to change it. I want to be more active this year than I was last year. Of course, if you guys didn't watch my first stream I did last year, had a tragedy in my life. Obviously, again, don't really want to talk about that on here, but I think that just kind of affected me too last year, why I just really wasn't so into wanting to do YouTube. And then when I finally started getting more into it, I kind of burnt myself out pretty fast as well. That'll be surprising if it was at 1,000 subscribers, right? I am hoping to reach that. I really am. Like, to me, that's my ultimate goal. Like, I'm not looking to be like, a huge YouTuber like Markiplier or PewDiePie or all them guys, Just to me, I just like to hit 1,000 subs, just because, I don't know, just to me, that's just where I want to be. Like, if I grow bigger than that, awesome. If I ultimately just stay a smaller channel, honestly, I'm fine with that too. I enjoy doing this, I enjoy just letting you guys into my life, talking about movies, talking about video games, talking about whatever I want to talk about. So, I mean, no matter what, at the end, I just enjoy doing this. I just enjoy doing, enjoy making the content because it's just a nice, good escape from the world or whatever. So, agreed. Yep. Yep. So, you guys, yeah, I suppose that's probably going to do it here for this stream. I'm hoping to get back here a little bit sooner than when I start doing my Scream reviews. I'm hoping to at least get a podcast or two in. I'm not making any promises, but if anybody is ever interested in being a guest, if you guys got any ideas for a podcast, by all means, you guys can reach out to me. Probably reach out to me on Instagram. I'm a little more, I look on my messages on Instagram a lot more. So if you guys have any ideas or thoughts or whatever, by all means, reach on out. I'd love to try and do a live Q&A. I tried doing one a few years ago. It just didn't work out. Not a lot of people joined. Actually, nobody joined, if I'm being completely real with you guys. Also would like to do another idea of a podcast I had where I bring on multiple guests at a time, give you guys like 15 minutes to talk about a specific topic with me, kind of thing. So if you guys are ever interested in something like that, by all means, just go ahead and reach out. I'm willing to. I'm pretty wide open with what I can talk about. I'm not into like Game of Thrones, so if you guys are like have Game of Thrones questions, I'm not the right guy for that. Star Wars, cool. Star Trek, no. Also, hope you wow, words again, hard today. Wow. And also, I hope you feel better, SBC. I support you. Thanks, man. I really do appreciate that. I am a lot better. It's just, again, I just kind of burnt myself out on all the Halloween stuff. But we'll be getting back into the swing of things here pretty soon. I got all my equipment and everything. I'm just got to get the energy and the ambition to go and finally do it or whatever. So, all right, guys, that is going to do it for this live haul unboxing 2023 channel update. So, again, I guess maybe another quick little update here. I'll just kind of go through everything again. Might do some gaming streaming. Haven't quite decided yet. We will see. We will be doing a Last of Us review podcast once all of the episodes are done. Still trying to work on a Star Wars story, so hopefully, that will be a thing someday. We'll continue my other podcasts. Talkalorian Live will be returning here in a couple of weeks. Showed you guys all the pops, showed you guys the books, did the unboxing, all that stuff. So the 2 review series, Scream, at the end of this month through the beginning of March, and then April is Evil Dead. So, we got one more question here, quick. Oh snap! Have you heard a Mass Effect 4 game is in the works? What do you think? I've never played any of the Mass Effects games. I know my my buddy Andy. That's his favorite Star Wars, loosely quoted on there. That's his favorite version of Star Wars. But I never played any of the Mass Effects games. It's just, I don't know, never really piqued my interest very much. I know I downloaded one of them as one of the free games for PlayStation. Just haven't dabbled in it, unfortunately. So I've seen the artwork. It looks cool. I might have to check it out. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been much into playing video games lately. Hoping to get back into those too, because I bought God of War Ragnarok. I played it for a good week, and I played it every day for hours, and I just burned myself out of that too. So need to get back into playing that. We'll be playing Evil Dead here pretty soon too. So And Mass Effect is a cool game as well. I might check it out. So, but all right, guys, that is going to do it for the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys, if you are new here, please consider clicking that subscribe button and turning on your notifications, as it'll really help the channel to continue to grow. Also, make sure you guys share with your friends. If anybody is, a fan of Star Wars, just a fan of movies in general, send them my way. Hopefully, again, continue to grow the channel, try and get my name out there a little bit more. So, with that being said, you guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one.